Hey friends, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be changing out my coffee bar from winter to Valentine's Day, as well as just adding some touches of Valentine's Day around my house, not only in my kitchen, but also in my entryway and my bathroom. I'm also going to be showing you how I have my coffee table decorated, which is kind of vintage, a little outside of the box from what I normally do. I'm also expecting a big package from Amazon, so if that comes while I'm filming, I will definitely show that to you. Actually, I'm expecting a few packages from Amazon, but that's what comes of being stuck at home. I wasn't kidding in the last video when I said I had way too many things in my Amazon cart. For those of you who didn't see my last video, my husband hit a deer on his way home from work one night and did like $6,000 worth of damage to his Jeep. So he's using my car for work while his is being worked on. On the bright side though, this week at least, my dad, bless his heart, is borrowing me his truck. So at least I have wheels right now, which is nice because obviously I have my kids at home with me. So if we had an emergency, it's just nice to have a way to, God forbid, get to the doctor or whatever other emergency could come up. My dad is really good like that. In fact, I told my husband, you know my dad, when he finds out we only have one vehicle, he's going to offer his truck. We won't even have to ask. And that's exactly how it went. Well, there was one stipulation. He wanted me to take him out to eat. So I took him to the China buffet last weekend, and I'll probably take him out again. But anyway, enough trivia from Rachel's life. Let's get started on our decorating. But first, I'm going to share with you what my coffee table looks like. I say it's kind of out of the box from what I normally do. It's more of a vintagey vibe, I guess you'd say. So I hope you like it. And then after that, we're going to move to my kitchen. So let's get started. I normally like to show you how I put things together and decorate in real time, but I have a lot of areas to cover today in one video, so for the sake of time, I put this tray together off camera. The heart lights are from Dollar Tree. I've been wanting to use them forever, and maybe they're a little bit over the top. But it's Valentine's Day, so I think you can be a little more cutesy then. As you saw, I hid the battery box in the bed of the truck, which, if I do say so myself, I thought was kind of clever of me, which I'm not in the habit of being clever, I mean. Believe it or not, the heart and the bow did not come together. In fact, I've had the bow forever and I recently stumbled across it. As usual, I'm going to show you a quick overview of my kitchen before we start adding all the Valentine touches. As you can see, I did leave up a lot of the winter decor that I put up during my winter kitchen video. You can also see that I took away my sled and my winter coffee bar completely. So I'm going to replace it with my Valentine's coffee bar, and I'm showing you all the candy that I have to choose from. I don't know if I'm going to use it all, but first of all, I'm starting off with this tray. And this is going to be, I guess you'd say, the focal point of my coffee bar. I found these heart mugs this year from Walmart, and so I put them on my little mug tree. And now I'm going to start off with the syrups, which is where I usually start, I think. And then I'm going to add in this red house from Hobby Lobby. And then I have to add in my little Rae Dunn gumball machine. I just think it's so adorable, and I also like the fact that because it's pink, it could cross over to Easter as well. Now, you may think that this is a little cheesy, but if you watched my winter kitchen video, you might remember that I had these snowflakes on sticks. And what I decided to do was to put one of these hearts. I bought them as a set from Amazon, and I stuck it to the snowflake with a command strip, and it actually worked really well. You can kind of see the snowflake, but not too bad. But again, I'm not offended if you think it's cheesy. This little mini tree was also in my winter kitchen video, you might recall. And then I'm just adding this little bird and a couple of Valentine hearts. I don't know what it is with me. I'm all about matching things lately, but I like the fact that the bow on the bird kind of matches the heart. Maybe because it seems planned and so much of my life doesn't. So my life normally feels a little out of control, although I know God is technically in control of it, and I need to remind myself of that. I don't know how I get off on these tangents, but back to the decor. These cinnamon hearts from Walmart kind of remind me of the Brock bears that they used to have. I haven't seen them in years. They're not as good as the Brock bears, though. I'm wondering if anyone else even remembers those. And then this cupcake was a thrift find from Goodwill for $4, and as you saw, I'm using it to hold my coffee and cocoa pods. As you can see, I ran out of M&Ms, and that is entirely on me. I have no one else to blame. I have had zero self-control lately with M&Ms. Don't get me wrong, I love the Lindor chocolates. I love peanut butter cups, but there is just something addictive about the M&Ms lately. This white canister with the hearts on it is from Hobby Lobby, by the way, and it was a recent purchase. This red house is lit up, but it's very, very dim because the battery is really weak on it. It's those button batteries that I don't like. But I thought about taking a screwdriver and pulling off that little battery pack thing at the bottom, but I was afraid of breaking the house because it looked glued on pretty good. But I do that sometimes. And then I like to stick one of my balloon lights up through the hole just because they're cheaper. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you in a bit. Now, I'm sure most of you guys are smarter than I am, so at this point, you're all probably thinking, why did she forget the most important thing? And yes, at the last, I did remember to add in the marshmallows. So you can't have a hot chocolate coffee bar without marshmallows, right? So here is my completed Valentine's coffee cocoa bar. Next up, I'm going to be adding some more Valentine touches to my kitchen, starting with these hearts. As I said, I got them as a set from Amazon. I'll link them if you're interested. I managed to find a place for every single one in my house, although I do switch them around a bit because I am a little sneaky, so you might catch on to that. Well, okay, actually, I'm just bad at decisions. I'm not sneaky. You have to be clever to be sneaky. The truck is, of course, from Hobby Lobby, and I just added a cookie cutter to it. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, I've got to bring them up again. These are the balloon lights that I'm using, and I put them in everything now. I'll link them if you're interested. I know everyone who watches my channel is tired of hearing about them, but so many times you can't fit tea lights in little houses like this, and so these are ideal and they're cheap. And I did throw a few of those little balloon lights in this little stuck together, I guess you call it village piece in the middle here. By the way, that was only $8 from Dollar General, and so I grabbed that up right away. I thought that was such a steal. Now, right about now, I decided that the snowflake was clashing too much with all of the hearts, so I thought I would just throw in a little bit of greenery. I just thought it needed something, and, when in doubt, I guess use greenery, right? We have a lot more decorating in the kitchen to do before we move on to my entryway and my bathroom. So we're going to move to the opposite side of the sink, and then we'll move to the opposite side of the kitchen where we'll decorate the countertop there. This heart vase was from Dollar Tree years ago. I stumbled across it recently. I did not even know I had it. I really need to go through my things. Now let's talk about this sign from Hobby Lobby. I know a lot of girls bought it. I've always wondered if the person who created the sign just didn't know how to bake or if they purposely made it as a joke. Either way, it's a cute sign, but I definitely would not recommend making the recipe on it. Not only is there no sugar in the cake part of it, just the frosting, but it says to bake the cake at 180 degrees for 15 minutes. So yeah, save yourself the time, don't make that cake. This bowl and spoon set was from HomeGoods. I always like to change it out for the seasons. This heart charcuterie board was $5 and it was a recent find from Walmart. I have yet to use it, but I think it would be really fun to use for Valentine's Day. And then I'm just gonna pull out my Valentine spatulas for a little pop of color here. And my Dollar Tree sign that says happiness is homemade. Okay, so I thought I was done with this side of the kitchen, but I had these little red hearts. I don't even know where they're from, but I thought I'd add a little pop of color to this tree. Maybe I'm going overboard. But the good thing about Valentine's Day is that if anyone complains, you can say, there's no such thing as too much love. Am I right? So maybe these aren't exactly Valentine themed, but I found these adorable salt and pepper shakers from Amazon. I'll link them if you're interested. I'm in love. I'm in love. It's Valentine's Day and I'm in love. But seriously, those are my favorite salt and pepper shakers ever. So here's my completed kitchen. And after this, we're going to move on to my entryway and then my bathroom. Since my winter kitchen video, I didn't change a whole lot up here above my pantry and my refrigerator, so I wasn't even necessarily going to show you, but I thought you might be curious. I just added the little heart into the pitcher with the greenery. So my daughter informed me that my package came. That's the good news. My biggest package came. The bad news is that it was really beat up. So my daughter was not aware that I was planning to unbox it with you. So she was wondering if it was broken. So she went ahead and opened it up. So I'm going to be honest with you. It's already out of the box and I have inspected it. It is a lantern set. But, oh, I haven't actually inspected the one inside, and I haven't fully inspected it because it's still, as you can see, covered in foam. There's no glass in it, which is good because I'm sure that it would never have made it, and I would be cleaning up a mess right now. So, you can see, I think the camera will pick this up. There is a dent right here, and there's a dent right here. I'm hoping that's the back of the lantern. And then the smaller lantern is on the inside, right in here, so that will probably not be damaged since it's obviously sheltered by the bigger lantern. You guys know how I hate returning things, so I hope that I can still make this work. They were only $50 for this set, and considering the size of like this big lantern is like 24.5 inches, so I mean that's still a really good deal. So I'm gonna finish opening it and we'll see how it is. Okay, so the bad news is the dent is on the front, which I guess I should have realized because the latch is right there and I didn't see the latch on the front, so on the other side, I mean. So that's not cool. Okay, now let's pull out. Okay, well, so that's pretty good, looks like. And I'm wondering if my husband actually I was wondering if my husband could kind of pound this out. You know, he's really handy, so maybe he could, I think he could make it better. I don't know. Aside from that, I mean, I like the style. I guess it's not terrible. My husband has done body work on cars, so actually I've even helped him for that matter. But I think, I don't know. I'll have to ask him and see if he thinks that he can do anything with it. But anyway, here is the smaller lantern. And I'm just going to cut that loose. Yeah, and see, this is perfect. This is supposed to be almost 16 inches tall. So it's a pretty good size. Okay, I really like the style. They were only $50 in total, so we'll see. I say I'm gonna talk it over with my husband. He's pretty good at fixing a lot of my problems, so these kind anyway. All right, that's what we got. To help chase away the winter blues, I left up some of the lights and garland in our entryway, but I am going to redecorate the side table for Valentine's Day. So I'm starting off with this frosted or flocked tree. I call it frosted because it's not really a thick flocking. And then I'm just going to add in a couple of coffee table books. And then I'm going to add this cloche with a bird from the at-home store and a couple little hearts. This was just a Dollar Tree house that I painted white and then I added some raffia, however you say it. Story of my life, I'm out of batteries, so I thought I would just use some real pillar candles and light them for you just to make it extra special. I decided not to decorate this space in front of you because I didn't change a whole lot between Christmas and now. I mean, I still have the basket with the pines and the little logs and the ice skates and the tree, so I really just changed out the pillows to look Valentine's-y. And next up is my bathroom. This is just a small, less than thrilling standard size bathroom, so I just have that shelf above the toilet to decorate as well as this area next to the sink. But we're going to make it cute, starting with this little slice of wood that my husband actually cut from our woods. And then to that, I'm going to add this vase of flowers that I purchased from the at-home store last year, I believe it was. And then I purchased this sign that says Faith, Hope, and Love, which references 1 Corinthians 13:13, which says, "And now abideth faith, hope, and charity, these three, but the greatest of these is charity." And when I think of that, I always think about that Roy Rogers, Dale Evans song. I had it on a record when I was a kid, and it goes, "Faith, hope, and charity, that's the way to live successfully. How do I know? The Bible tells me so." It's a great song, but I will warn you, it sticks in your head, as you can tell. I mean, it's only been, what, 30 years? Now I'm just going to add another pop of greenery to the bottom right to kind of balance out the upper left. And I like this plant. I know it's fake, but it has like almost heart-shaped leaves to it, which I think is perfect for Valentine's Day. Then I'm adding another one of those little hearts. And now I want to talk about this soap. So you all know one of my weaknesses is chocolate, but what you may not know is another one of my weaknesses is fancy soaps. So in the past, I've shown you some of the different soaps my daughter made, but this soap and lotion was made by a friend of mine, and I hope you don't mind if I just take a moment and tell you a little bit about her and her Etsy shop. Her name is Elaine. She lives in Arizona and has an Etsy shop called HERBALPOTHIC that carries several different kinds of soap and lotions. Here are just a few screenshots to show you some of the products that she sells. And here's the best part. They're all natural, made from organic oils, so there's no harsh chemicals at all, which is especially ideal if you or someone you know is sensitive to regular soap and lotion, because her products are designed for the sensitive skin. So I will link her website and Etsy shop for you in the description box. She does sell to some local shops in Arizona, but she's just trying to get herself established on Etsy. So if you would check out her shop, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, and right now she's having a 20% off sale until the 14th of February for Valentine's Day. And to kind of carry over that rustic look from the wood slice riser that I'm using on the sink, I have this little wire basket, and to that I'm adding this conditioner. I have to have leave-in conditioner for my hair or it's just a total frizzy mess. And then I'm also going to add one more of those little hearts. I think that just looks really cute together with the leave-in conditioner. And then I recently got this ceramic heart from a thrift store for 82 cents. And I thought, why not use it as a catch-all for my jewelry? That heart necklace, by the way, is the one my husband got me for Valentine's Day from Walmart for $15 that I was wearing in my last video when I talked about it. And since I brought it up again, I should probably mention once again that he was willing to spend a lot more money on me, but I guess I'm just not a fancy person, so I'm really happy with it. So in about 10 seconds, I'm going to not only wrap this video up, but I'm going to talk to you about what's next for upcoming videos. I wish you all a very happy Valentine's Day filled with love, and I hope you enjoyed this Valentine's Day decorating video. This is my second one. I'll link the first one if you haven't yet seen it. And then next up, spring decorating. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you'll join me. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel and you're interested in decorating, homemaking, or shopping type videos, I hope you'll hit the subscribe button before you leave because I would love to have you. And don't forget to like this video. Thank you so much. I know I always ask, but help a girl out. It really helps my channel. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, stay thankful.